Patience is something that everyone wants, nobody has, and it's going to make everything better, but none of us are patient enough to work on, well, patience. Patience is what gives us better data. It's what gives us clarity around patterns. We need it. It helps us gather insights. But if we're not careful, the data that we're collecting is going to be tainted by our biases, our cognitive biases. It's these biases that distort reality and affect our decision making that make us see only what we want to see. And this is super problematic. Self-reported data is tricky. It's the worst good data because our recollections can totally be biased. We might overestimate our success or downplay our setbacks. And of course, if you have a noticing of something, you think it's everywhere and it's not. It's just that you started to notice it. So when you take on a dynamic practice like yoga, you have to know that there's a nonlinear system structure going on, and that's really what we're learning to observe in our practice. Understanding that small changes can snowball into significant shifts through emergence principles is just what you have to know going in. And so, like, when we go into our practice, input doesn't always equal output at the measure that we expect. And that's one of the things that we can appreciate about our practice and it's being a feature and not a bug. It's what makes it a nonlinear system. And it's so fantastic. Because why? Nonlinear systems never cease to surprise and delight. That's what Denali Meadows says. And in order to learn about nonlinear systems, we have to embrace behavior analysis. When we observe objectively, we can begin to identify triggers, and knowing what factors spark certain behaviors helps us refine what we're doing in our practice. It's not just the practice on the mat that we're doing, of course. Flexibility is not about just the body. Like, we need flexibility in our goal setting. Nonlinear systems demand that we look at what's really important. The big stuff, the sand kalpas, not just the V kalpas. This means that when conditions evolve, we can start to adapt our goals based on real-time feedback. It's the difference between a plan and a strategy. So no one likes to hear it, but we just have to wait. Oh, you just have to wait. Love don't come easy. It's a game of give and take. But more importantly, when we are watching nonlinear systems, we have to use behavior analysis. And that means looking for patterns, pattern recognition. And what's one thing we know for sure about patterns? They repeat. And how do you change a pattern? Well, by repeating something different. This is just the nature of things, and it takes time. We overestimate our importance and we underestimate how short time on this planet is. And it's no surprise that it causes us a lot of discomfort. It's an obstacle to yoga, and obstacles to yoga are the things that lead to suffering. So here we are, kleshas, once again. But we can get past it, and one of the best ways is to become comfortable admitting that we have bias and that we can do something about our subconscious programming and start to undo some of these cognitive biases through our practice.